Sunday afternoon. Mostly because, yeah, I didn't really sleep very well, so here I am. Haha! Good morning to no one. Hello. I am here. We're gonna play Undermine, because I like Undermine. And Teddy suggested it, which is why the thumbnail had Teddy in it, because I thought that was fun. Okay, so. Well, bam. Well, bam. Pause that just because it's annoying. Haha! Turn down my ears a bit so I can function. Okay. This is in the way. There we go. Had a window in the way. That was annoying. Good morning, Opal. How are you? This morning has been a little more chaotic than I would like, but we're here. It's mostly because I didn't sleep very well, so I just stalled doing anything. Oh, it's okay. I'll be fine. It's one of those things where it's like if I go to sleep too late, my brain still wakes up at a specific time, whether I want it to or not. So I end up getting just kind of groggy for several hours because I didn't get enough sleep. Thankfully, because I have to work tomorrow, it'll be reset on its own. Because I have mandatory bedtime on work days because I'm a child. To make sure that I can actually function like normal. Yes, cheese. Cheese is good. I like cheese. Cheese makes me happy. I had Chinese food yesterday. We normally get, like, we have a streamer date night, so to speak, so Teddy and I will get Chinese food or like pizza or something, and we'll watch our streamers together on Saturday nights. And so that was what I did yesterday, which was nice. What did you do yesterday, Opal? I forgot to ask. Rats. Rats, rats, rats. To make the rat joke, I could. I didn't, but I could. There we go. Did you have a good Saturday or Sunday? Actually, it's Monday for you now, so you're in the conventional working world now. Monday. Hey, look, we got a lunchbox. Oh, nice. See, it's good to have those relaxed days, though, because it's kind of essential. It's very important to have those days where you just sort of chill out for a bit, because if you don't, it definitely messes with your brain. Every time I get tagged for work on a weekend or something, it screws up my whole week after. Teddy's about to go do the thing that we both hate, but he hates as much as everybody else, and that's yard work. Well, yeah, you gotta take care of yourself first, because if you don't take care of yourself first, you don't have anything left in the tank for anybody else. And that's important. Yesterday was an interesting stream. I've never had that happen where everybody kind of dropped in and out at different intervals, so I always had somebody to talk to. Which was nice. Because everybody came at different points. Yeah, I'm not a fan of yard work at all, honestly. I don't have the physical stamina or ability, and we bought this house and it has a yard, which we like. But neither of us, like, have the ability to yard effectively. Because if we could yard effectively, it wouldn't feel like, oh my goodness, this is just the most daunting task ever, but it really does feel like the most daunting task ever most of the time. Get out of here, gophers. Ah, no, I need that. I needed that. This game is adorable and strange. I obsessively played it at one point, and it was on Game Pass for the Xbox, and I played it all the time. and then it was gone. And I was very sad about that, and so Teddy bought it for me on the computer. But it also means I'm starting back at 0, where I don't have any of my stuff. And because this is one of those types of games where you have to sort of build up over time. Yeah, Candy beat you. I'm amazed at that. Oof. I took a hit for that. That's okay. Good morning, Bothra. And she has a significant time disadvantage. I am in the reasonable time frame for you right now. She's in the future world. She's in the Monday world already. See, we have a rule. Teddy wants me to play GTFO today, which is fine. I'm down. I'm excited to do that. But we have a rule that we can't play spooky games during the day. Ah, energy juice and brownies. Brownies will power all kinds of things. Always. Brownie power is significant. Ha. Just brownies. Just going for the sugar today. Opal doesn't need any additives at this point. Oh. I got a text message. In which capacity, Futhra? Are you making the special brownies, or are you making the just conventional brownies? I am giggly to start with. This isn't helped. The part that is truly funny. Okay, so everybody thinks when I type like lol after everything, I am actually laughing. If you've ever like listened to me, you know full well I punctuate sentences by giggling. So it's not like it's different for me. They do have the power to make you fall asleep, but not before acting a bit of an idiot first. I don't know what the rules are in Australia. I know the rules in Canada. For obvious reasons, like I would know that. But I don't know the rules in Australia for stuff like that. Exactly. Yes, that's an effective plan. Brownie snack, cuddles, typical fun movie. Yeah, cause see that's where it gets strange. Everybody's got different rules, so it's always a challenge to figure out where everybody falls, you know? Because obviously, like, so okay, so this is reasonably funny, at least in my world. Fell down a hole. I have. I was distracted, obviously. I have a medical card here, but it just became legal in my state anyway. But the very first time I ever tried it, I was in. My mom dosed me. Basically, I was like in my 20s, and I have fibromyalgia, which is a nerve pain thing. And I had a car accident, and my mom was like, "What are we gonna do? Because you are just in so much pain." So she came upstairs with brownies, and she's just like, "Here, eat this." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, it's a brownie. Mom made me brownies. That's nice," not knowing that she had dosed me. So about an hour later, she comes upstairs and she's like, "How you feeling?" I'm like, "I'm good, but I'm really tired." She's like, "Oh, good. Did the pain go down?" I'm like, "Yes." She's like, "I've been doing research on the internet, and this is supposed to help you." So that's how that started. Canada's a bit more progressive than a lot of places. She is the best mom. She was most definitely the best mom. She was always like the champion cheerleader of everything. So no matter how goofy I wanted to be, she would support me. Whereas my dad actually looked at me at one point and he goes, "I love you." I don't understand you at all, but I love you. So yeah, my mom. I hadn't either. Honestly, my only experience at the time was I had gone to a concert and gotten sick from the contact high. Which is not like not a good experience. And then there's Teddy, who doesn't take well to anything like that. Like any sort of extracurricular activity of sorts, his brain doesn't like. So he is in the I look after everybody else category. So I luck out that I get protectors on both sides. But I need protecting, so that's okay. Russian vodka makes me happy. I will say that much. I'm very picky about my vodka, which is actually a surprise to most people, because I used to live in the middle of nowhere, and we had like Russian neighbors, and their whole family was like, they were very much obviously about the whole drinking as culture thing for them. And when I first started hanging out with them, I drank, you know, whatever was available, because it was in my early 20s, so that's just what you do. And I proceeded to get an education on the finer points of vodka for an extended period of time. And so I proceeded to then become a bit of a vodka snob. But Teddy is always observant. Like, no matter what situation we're in, he's always looking around. He's always like very aware of our surroundings and what's going on. And it makes it safer for me, because I tend to get in trouble. Because, again, naivety paired with alcohol, which makes me, you know, giggly and more lovey in the first place, makes it so that I'm like, oh yes, everybody is my friend, which is so not the case most of the time. This is how I get myself in trouble. The goth club was always fun for that, because it's like, I become stupid, and all of my friends are like, oh, okay, Svetsie has had enough. Got it. But it's always been that way. My best friend is one of those people that can drink and still, like, she becomes insta sober, which I've never understood, but she's good like that. I did have a bit of a wild hamster life at one point. I have simmered down significantly, but yes, there was a point where it was like, well, okay, so here's the reason. So the only way I kind of have friends is if I'm adopted by an extrovert. And my best friend in high school was very much an extrovert trapped in the body of a heavyset female. And so when she went away to college, she became determined to, like, become her gorgeous self. Ah, yes, I appreciate. And so when she came home, she very much made it so that she was not only conventionally pretty, but she was also very well versed in the party scene, because she really, really wanted to be that person. And she would drag me with her. This unfortunately does mean that more than once she left me at a bar because the guy she was interested in wasn't so interested in hanging out with me. Which was unfortunate. One night, she actually left me in Boston on Halloween. Halloween is my favorite holiday for obvious reasons. I love costumes, I love dressing up, so obviously Halloween is a huge deal for me. Yes, I yelled at her later. So we went to this goth club, which is one of my favorite places. Unfortunately, it is no longer there. And her boyfriend, who had put so much time and effort into his costume, wanted to go to a different bar to do a costume contest rather than the one we were at. I was in the other room. This bar had like 3 different rooms, and so I was in the other room talking to a friend that I knew from that area, and he got angry and stormed out because they couldn't find me. And so she sent me a text message, but this is also one of those delightful bars that when you're in it, your phone doesn't really work. I mean, it's basically like a giant basement. So she in turn like left me there with this text message like, oh, I'll come back and find you later. And I'm like, what? So of course she continued drinking, which meant she completely forgot that she was supposed to come find me later. I had parked my car over at the train station because Boston at least has a transit system that works, and unfortunately I didn't realize, because I wasn't from the area, that the train stops running before the bars close. And so now, not only am I in an area that I'm unfamiliar with, I am now vehicleless. So I'm like, oh no, what do I do now? So of course I had to get a cab and then get back to my car. I was pissed at her for months. I'm like, how could you do this? How could you leave me there for this jerk who was always so mean? Well, she drove, you see. This is how that worked. Was she drove us over. Because she actually lived not far. I know, right? That's so stupid. Why would you shut down the transit system before the bar closes? Like, how does that help anybody? Because if you were trying to discourage, you know, drunk stupidity, I would think the train running would be the best choice for that, because then I don't have to worry about how I get home. Like, hello? That seems just so dumb. I don't know. It's silly though, right? It doesn't make any kind of sense. I don't get it. Because if you were gonna go out and get drunk, like, and that's your objective, which, let's be honest, if you're going out in Boston, you're definitely spending the money to go get drunk. Why in the world would it be that you'd want to figure out how to get home? Even the buses stop running. Oh, please. I don't know if you've ever been in the northern part of the country, but we have like 5 cabs all together and all of them are busy. Before Uber was a thing in the area, it honestly was like you couldn't find a cab to save your life. You would actually have to call them. You couldn't stand out anywhere and just like flag down a cab or anything. You had to actually call them and tell them that you needed them to come get you. Which is equally stupid if you think about it. Yes, at least now we have Uber and I have the ability to take out my phone and go, hello, somebody come get me. But I was dumbfounded. I'm like, what the heck? Why is this a thing, guys? It doesn't make any kind of sense. Ugh, I need another key. It's just so silly. Like, okay, you don't want people to drunk drive. That is very, very important. You should not be behind the wheel of a vehicle impaired, ever. Because you not only can do some serious damage to yourself, other people, property, and all that stupid crap. It is a very, very bad thing to do. But I feel that you should put some systems in place to kind of help that situation. You know? You've seen too many drunk people get into an Uber. I've seen people fall out of an Uber, they're so drunk. This is true. There's always that one friend that kind of makes sure that everybody gets home safe, which is also a very important skill, because we all need someone that's like, okay, I'm taking your keys, we're calling the Uber, let's go home. You're done. Stick a fork in it, it's over. Because yeah, I don't quite understand how it works for them that way. I've seen people do things that are incredibly dumb. Like, incredibly dumb. When drunk. Like, okay. I mean, honestly, it's one of those things where I don't know why these people decide that, I don't know, I'm just gonna go drive my car. You can't even stand up straight. What are you doing? Hold on. Ah! Ah! Oh, he's so mad. Ah! Hold on. So now at this point I find it safer to drink at home and play games online instead. So if I'm gonna drink, it's probably gonna be here. I've also been trying to figure out for a long time how in the world, like, I afforded to go out at all. I was broke as heck. Like, there was nothing. I couldn't do anything. But somehow I found the money to go out. Ah. Now, was this a choice thing, or is this, like, something else that you can't drive, Hopeful? Because I know several reasons why a lot of people can't drive. Like, we do have a friend of ours who didn't take driving tests until way later just because they lived in an area that didn't need to. We have those that have like anxiety issues or epileptic, anything like that. And then my mom got so upset. My mom had a seizure at one point and they took her driver's license away. She was so mad. She's like, I don't understand why you're doing this. Ah, yes. We also have a I have a friend who's afraid to come visit my house because it's in a city and they don't drive in the city. They're terrified. Ah, well, yes, that makes sense because if you weren't going anywhere, it didn't make any sense to have a car during COVID. I mean, I considered it. The problem was that I knew that they were going to make me go back. So I didn't have a choice. But my car is very tiny. It is a Toyota Yaris from 2007, which is the first year that they made the Yaris. So I have a very... How do you go to the grocery store, Vuthra, if you don't drive? Do you have someone... Do they deliver out there, or do you just go in with everybody else? Or I know that you have family on the same property as you, so I don't know if it did that. Oof. Yes. I can understand having that. Anxiety attacks are terrible. Honestly. I've had anxiety attacks, and the worst part is that the definition of an actual anxiety attack is if you think you're gonna die. Oh, okay. You just do like communal shopping things, so it's like you give the folks the monies that they need and then they go pick up the stuff for you. I don't like driving. It just seems to be a necessary evil in my life. I keep talking and dying to this boss. It keeps happening. It's okay though, because I don't mind. I was actually toying with the idea of streaming very late last night because I was bored. I'm like, oh, I could stream, but I don't know if anybody's awake. Ah, yes. We have neurodivergency in this house, which means we are very brand loyal to specific things. I actually do have... I paid the Instacart people because grocery stores give me anxiety. Like you were talking about the anxiety attack behind the wheel. I will have that sitting in the car in the Walmart parking lot because I can't bring myself to go in just because there's so many people and it's just so much stuff. I'm just like, oh my god, I can't do this. You take along what she goes so you can get what you need at the time. Yeah. We have very specific shopping patterns. I have like 3 stores that I go to consistently. But yeah, I can't do large stores without kind of tweaking out a little bit. And during COVID, actually, I really liked when they had the at COVID here at least, they had special shopping times for people with like immune disorder issues and stuff like that, people that were vulnerable. And so I would go during those shopping times because there was nobody there. There was like me and 3 old people, which was nice. But like peak shopping time, like noon on a Sunday, I ain't going there. I can't do it. Okay. I'm gonna say this, and I know that COVID was terrible, but seriously, I was happier. I know. It's terrible. It was a horrible, horrible situation, and lots of people were very, very sick, and I understand that it's awful, but dude, it was socially acceptable for me to not leave the house, and I could work from here, and I could have all my stuff delivered, and if I had to go out for any reason, it was me and like 5 other people. Are you singing the Deja Vu song when you're going through the grocery store with the cart? See, I've actually taken to doing something surprisingly similar. Exactly. It was one of those things where I found a significant amount of good points in it because I didn't. Not only do I typically have like this social pressure thing to participate that I greatly dislike, but it all of a sudden became, oh no, it's just okay, just stay home. You know, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, we can't go. You know, we got stuff here that cause us to have problems out in the world, so we're just gonna stay here. And everybody understood and everybody was fine. Also, I've also realized I've worn a mask for so long that I don't know how to react when I don't have one. My face makes faces now. Exactly. If I lived in the middle of nowhere, that would be great. Exactly. It's like, wait. It's okay for me to stay home? Really? Okay, I'll just stay here. That's fine. Thank you. Whereas before, I was some sort of weird recluse. For not wanting to go to like the parties and stuff. But no, I just want to stay here. I like it here. It's safe here. It's happy here. All my things are here. So no, when I would go out to the store, I will wear things that are slightly ridiculous. And it started during COVID because I thought it was funny. I was making videos for my mom at the time, all the time. So I started wearing, like, I crocheted hats with animals on them. So I have like an elephant hat and I have a sheep. I have hats with ears, and I would just wear those out to the grocery store because inevitably when somebody saw it, they would laugh, and I assumed that they needed that, so that was okay. You live in a cottage on a farm. I was getting that impression when you were talking about the other day when you said your family's on the property, but they don't live in the same house. That was my grandfather's dream, was to have like a large property with several houses on it that we could all live in independently but still live in the same place. And of course he wanted it to be in Tennessee because we could be in the middle of nowhere. Here, I work in the city, so we live about 15 minutes outside, just about, right now. But we want to move further west in the state, which would be much more rural. Ah, you do beekeeping. That's cool. I have never had exposure to beekeeping directly. It's one of those things where it's like it's a cool idea. Oh, okay. So this is funny. So I told my best friend, the one that lives here, not the one back in the North Wilderness, that I wanted to be a VTuber, and she thought I said I wanted to be a beekeeper, and she's violently allergic to bees, so she instantly became terrified. She's like, you're gonna do what? Why bees? And I said, no, I didn't say bees. I said V, as in the letter, as in virtual. She's like, oh, I thought you were gonna keep bees, and I got paranoid I'd never be able to see you again. This is the same girl that on her wedding day, she had mead and for her toast instead of wine because she doesn't like wine or champagne. She likes mead. And a bee flew into her cup and she got stung. And so we're rushing the bride over to get her EpiPen so that she doesn't die. Thankfully, there was an EMT in attendance, so we were fine. But it was still like, I looked at her and I'm like, you are the only person I know that could almost die on your own wedding day due to drinking the toast. My friends are strange. Our other best friend, when we said we were going to get married, he said he wanted to come to the wedding, but he's currently in Florida, but he was living in Russia, and he was living in Russia up until the Russian-Ukrainian thing started happening. And the problem is that his girlfriend is Russian and she's in Florida, and we don't know if she can go home. We haven't been able to figure it out yet. See, it depends. I am either the strange best friend or I am an acquirer of unique creatures, which is how I like to view it, because even my dogs are all weird. We have 4 dogs. One of them looks like the one that you saw. Obviously, he looks like a gremlin. The others are just insane in their own right. One dog we have, Brick. He's named for the Borderlands game. His name is Brick, as in, dumb as a brick. But he's afraid of sliding glass doors. So during lockdown, he had to go to the vet. So I'm sitting on the back of the car with Brick and waiting for the guy to come out to come get him. Oh, you made a Discord now. Okay. I will join. Mostly because we have to have a watch party, because I need baking programs for shenanigans. I just need to make new stuff. But anyway, Brick is afraid of the doors, so when the guy came out to get him, he's first hiding behind me, and he's sick, so he's not even happy about it in the first place. Just personal one. Secret Discord. I see. Secret Discord. Got it. So the guy comes out to get him, and I'm like, hey, can you take your mask down a little from over there so that he can see that you're a person? Because Brick was freaked out by masks. So we show him that he's a person. He's like, oh, okay, it's a person. I'm okay. He gets to the doors of the vet, and they slide open, and he just sits down and just stares at the doors. He's like, I'm not going in there. So then the guy has to pick him up and bring him into the vet's office. Turns out everything's fine. He had a UTI, and so he got meds and he's good. And I go to pick him up, and I'm standing outside the door, and he just sits down in front of the door. He looks at the guy like, I'm not doing it. I'm not crossing that thing moves. I'm not going there. It's not happening. No. And so the guy had to come bring him out to me to make it so that Brick would actually leave the vet's office, because he's afraid of doors. He also has a personal war against, like, moles, digging moles. He digs holes all over the yard in effort to prevent them from encroaching on his territory. He's never actually found one. He just hears them, apparently, under the soil. Maybe take a drink. But, no. I collect unique creatures to me, which makes me happy, because if you're normal, you're kind of boring. Like, normal's no fun. I like people with their own eccentricities, because it's more interesting that way. Also, so far so good, I haven't gotten, paged for work yet. You're the most normal person in this group or in your friend group? Because you did choose to be, a wizard on the internet. Will you jump, please, and not do that? Thank you. I like, periodically, my brain loses the jump button, and I don't quite know why. Ah. You're a normal person in the outside world, so you're just secretly unusual. I can't even pass for normal in the outside world. Like, apart from, you know, the standard thing of me staring at everybody most of the time. This is because I am fascinated by human behavior. It is not because I'm, like, trying to stare at everybody. But in addition, I mean, my hair is half blue. Well, you said you dyed your beard colors at one point. Was that just a high school thing for you? Because Vuthra mentioned at one point, if you mention a color, his beard has probably been that color. Mine is my hair. I literally went the route of... My mother made a joke years ago, you know, you can do whatever you want to your hair, just don't dye it purple. So of course, as soon as I got the opportunity, I dyed it purple. And then blue, and then green, and then yellow. And then all the other possibilities I could get away with. Mm. And just because your model is based off of you as a person doesn't mean that that's like... I mean, as much as, you know, I adore you, Vuthra, I don't think you have, you know, purple wizard powers in the real world. And if you do, please explain, because I must learn. You know, teach me. Mm. But no, I've been weird forever. Does Riz count? Riz counts as a superpower. And to my mind anyway, because I have none. Because I don't have any of that either. Like, honestly, the only way I know how to flirt at all is like, would you like some food? Here, I have a snack. I'll share. That's like all I got. This is how you know you're even liked at all. If I don't like you, I'm not sharing my food with you. That's completely, like, just the way of the world. Nitroglycerin. Oh, you can have that one, that's fine. Mm. Ow, ow. I hear Teddy moving in and out, which means it's probably like 70 billion degrees outside, and that's why he's not happily trying to do this. This is the thing that was funny. So, like our yard. We are not yard people. We do have a lot of stuff in our yard. We accidentally into buying the party house, which was not the initial intention, but does mean that like we have a pool in the backyard and things like that. And these people used to have parties kind of all the time. And we're not really party folks. So I did have people over like a couple times, but I haven't been like a massive party person. And the reason that I say that these people used to be massive partiers is honestly because I have found more freaking folding chairs and like tables and stuff in weird places. Like every shed has like 4 folding tables and like 60 chairs. And I don't even know how they did this. I'm like, what the heck, guys? How do you have this many people in the yard? And like all the fences around us are low. Like all of the fences are like waist high. So I'm hesitant to go swimming in the pool with all of our party neighbors around us because the first thing that's going to happen is someone's going to go, hey, can we use your pool? And I have to be like, no, because my homeowner's insurance won't allow that. Which feels really mean. It does, it feels really mean. To just be like, no, you guys are perfectly normal and have a lovely, like, you're wonderfully nice, but Like, yeah, we can't have anyone in the pool legally. Whee. Aha. Boing. No, why did I do that? That was silly. That was very silly. Do not hit that button in replacement for the jump button. You dork. Oh yeah, yeah. So, I had to nuke my VOD yesterday. My very first one that I've had to just delete. And it was because I was dumb. I told the story and accidentally said my actual name. Like, oh no! And I know me well enough to know that I caught it. I'm like, no! Which is frustrating. Okay, I'm back at the boss again because he's got the key to let this man out of this cage. Oh jeez. That's okay. I know. The problem is when I tell my stories, I tend to just speak like myself, and this is where my issue comes from. But yes, I mean, my name is reasonably common, so it's not like, oh my god, you're gonna completely destroy me or anything, but yeah. I'm dumb and have moments like, what the heck was that about? So I asked Teddy about it, and he's like, no, you should probably get rid of that, just in case. Ah! No! Forgive me. What? Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh no. Oh no. Do not. No. Ah! Yay! Finally! Sorry. That was bothering me. Yay! I did it! Yeah. So, thankfully, you know, it is my first official goof of this whole process. Which, if that's the biggest goof I have, it'll be fine. I am excited to be able to actually kill something. Yay! But yeah, I have to talk though. It's weird. I know. I have to fill space. I have to talk. And unfortunately, I sometimes don't think before the words come out of my mouth. I just try to keep conversation going. Which, I'm really upset, oddly enough, that I had to nuke that VOD because honestly, there was some really good stuff in it. I mean, not my gameplay, because my gameplay's trash. But just in general, like, everybody was talking and kind of keeping, like, all the stuff together, and I'm just like, ah, that was great. And then I have to kill it because I'm a dummy. I'm like, well, that was silly. Why did you do that? So, Opal, you enjoyed Phasmo. I know that Boothra enjoyed Phasmo as well. I want to play Demonologist and I need friends. I'm not inserting myself into the conversation, but I'm inserting myself into the conversation. So, just keeping it out there. That being said, you have more Hawkeye to play because you need to level up the mommy and make her the badass that she needs to be in Hawkeye life. But yes. I really okay, so I really like Demonologist. I do. It's just one of those games that like I can't play by myself. I could, but it's nowhere near as much fun. Because I think that part of the spooky factor is other people getting spooked with you. Because I can rationalize most of it away by myself. I'm like, no, it's a game, it's fine. But with, like, Opal watching that video, I could feel you shaking. Like, it's either that or the brain cell that we share makes it so that that happens. But I could feel, like, you physically, like, uncomfortable. And part of me was like, oh my goodness, this would be so fun to do with other people. And I have played Demonologist a couple times. I really like it. I just haven't been able to progress to the next part because I don't have enough levels. Because it's a level up kind of game where you have to have, you level up to open the other map. I'm gonna die due to poisoning. No! No! We beat the boss and I'm gonna die to the spider. See, I tend to get that vicariously, which is why playing games like that is considerably more fun with other people than it is for me to do by myself. Because what happens when I do it by myself is I just sort of focus in on what the job is supposed to be, and I'm just like, oh, okay, we just gotta do this and then we'll be fine. But with other people, it's like everybody gets a job, and then one person gets freaked out, and next thing is you're all running and screaming. Oof! I died to a cave yeti! His name is Bobo. Let me take a drink. So, specifically, in the realms of all of this stuff, if you ever want to play something, let me know. My schedule is obvious. Because when I stream is when I stream. Or I'm in your, you know, your chat watching you anyway. More money. Must keep all available monies as possible because I do actually, you know, die frequently in this game. Which is kind of okay. Dungeon crawler games like this one especially are kind of designed for you to die a lot. Because you unlock things each time you do something. But it's okay to die, which only in this instance. But I like games like this because while they can be infuriating and overwhelmingly frustrating, I feel like it's not unfair. Did I not just buy a bomb upstairs and give them all my money? I did that. I know I did. Okay. That's fine. We'll find one. So what I did last night instead of streaming, I went and checked in on some of the folks that stopped by, because some of them were streaming, and that was nice. Revenge is teaching me about Tarkov, he just doesn't know it. Which I think is funny. He's really good at it though. Tarkov is a game that I honestly, part of me wishes I could play. Escape from Tarkov. Because it would be one of those types of things to appeal to me from a scavenger position. Because I really like collecting resources. I really like building bases. I really like doing that kind of stuff. The problem is that I am really bad at getting shot at. So I die a lot. And I feel bad for Teddy because Teddy's generally the one that has to try to carry me through these disasters. And I am just like, what? I think I played like one round of PUBG with him and couldn't survive like 30 seconds on my own. But I like watching them. They're very tense games when they play. But when he wins, he is so excited the house will shake. It's great. I absolutely love it. Because it is such a hard-fought victory sometimes that when you can actually succeed at it, it's just sort of a fantastic feeling, I guess. I got that from Dark Souls, because when you have a specifically difficult boss or challenging area to get through, and you finally do it, you're just like, oh, that was so good, I'm so glad I actually did it. Even though it's punishing, it's rewarding in itself. So that's a fun thing. Oh, we have the bunny girl. I did not realize. Well, hello. Her name is Black Rabbit. You have a license for that mustache. No, I do not. The adorable mother of critters, queen of the taverns, and destroyer of the hot cross buns. Heads up, though, bristly one. The rock pile mimic around here. Yeah, I know, I did that. That was me. Surprisingly. I actually was able to kill the rock pile mimic. Blueprints. Yes, please. Oh, look at the little bunny! Opal, it's so cute. It's a little bunny, it's so cute. Okay, moving on. I need to share it with Opal because you're the one that would know cuteness by sight. What is this, a shakedown? Yes. I'm breaking all your stuff because you were mean to me. Get out of here, Opal. He can't help himself, Opal. He sees an opportunity to make somebody blush, he's got to do it. Can't help himself. There are just amazing skill points that I don't have. I have none. Oh. I need a hammer. I think. Yeah, sure. Ow. Okay, that seemed fair. Yeah, I have to make bread today. That's the other thing I have to do. Which I haven't done yet. Mostly because my mixer died a while ago, and so I have to do it by hand. Which is not bad. It can be therapeutic, but my hands hurt afterwards. And so we're gonna make Teddy do it today. It's okay. He likes helping. It's fine. We've talked about it already. It's one of those things where Teddy doesn't really know how to cook anything other than like breakfast, but if he does stay up all night, he'll make me breakfast the next morning, which is very sweet. Ah! See, I got into making bread, but my hands don't always work. Years of technical support jobs have made it so that carpal tunnel is a very real thing. Which only bothers me sometimes, and I have braces and stuff like that for when it does, but in general, I just find it annoying, you know? So, ooh, what do you do? Hello, human servant, perhaps you can help me. Baba sent me to search for 3 particular mushrooms. They're like ordinary mushrooms, these have special qualities. Not allowed to return until I find them. Baba has no sympathy for my condition. Mushrooms, so you bring them to me so I can leave this sanctuary cavern. Yes, if I find mushrooms, I will bring them to you. But Teddy really likes to cook. He just hasn't had the I guess, opportunity to learn. So, he likes helping. No. Thank you. I did try to blow him up. That was actually kind of a sick move. I'm so proud of myself for that. That I didn't explode myself. Yay! Nope. Why do I keep thinking that my button to, you know, jump is B? That's to plant a bomb. Probably from, you know, Nintendo days in my brain where B is mapped to running. Either that or it's just me playing other games and forgetting. What's your favorite type of bread to make, Boothra? Like, are you like the type of person that's making cinnamon rolls, or are you just like, no, just like sandwich bread? I recently bought a Pullman loaf pan, which I know sounds really dumb, but it's a perfectly flat loaf pan, which the advantage of this is obviously that it gets like more like store bread and less like I made it myself bread. And it makes really cool, like, Japanese style sandwich bread. So, it's incredibly flat on top, which is very weird to see in a homemade bread. But it's been fun to play with lately to see exactly how much you're supposed to have in this pan so that it doesn't, like, explode. See, Teddy wants me to learn how to make pumpernickel. I've never made a dark bread before. So I'm curious. Rye is similar though with the whole like it doesn't like to rise in the same sort of conventional way. It needs more time, things like that. But yeah, Teddy really wants me to make pumpernickel. I've just never been able to do it. Yeah, exactly. It really is tasty. And especially because, like, again, the Slavic culture obsession thing, dark bread is normally the preferable one for most of that. But I've just never been able to do it right. But it is, like, my favorite as far as, like, bread is concerned. That and sourdough. Those are generally my 2 big favorites. We made a sourdough starter, which is what I have to make today. Because I have to test the starter and see if he's valid. But we've been feeding him. We call him Sourcoon, is his name. And we feed him every day. Because the last one I made, I forgot him. He got stuck in the back of the fridge behind everything, and I'm like, oh no! I forgot! This one's doing much better. No, Vuthra, do you have animals on your farm, or is it just farmland? Like, do you guys have chickens and stuff? Universal rule of dungeon crawlers: blow up anything that looks different. Ah. I see. What? Oh, I'm cursed. I got it. That's why. See, up at the top here, I'm cursed. So it hurts me when I jump, and my throw speed is decreased. But I can remove curses with stuff from the store. Not that anyone really cares about that. No, my family in Tennessee had a farm at one point, and my mom had a pet possum as a kid. Ah, yes. We Explorer, hello. I haven't seen you. We were discussing the fact that Vuthra has more riz than most humans should be permitted. There might be some sort of riz restriction that might need to be in place. Yeah, I also asked about any real-world magical powers, because he says his model is based off of him. And I said, I'm not sure you have purple magic in real life. Again, very literal creature, this hamster, but that's okay. No. No, I don't want to give you my stuff, lady. That's not nice. Ah! Ow! I am nice in general. This is the failing of me, remember? I am overly nice collectively. But no, I actually find that you're an interesting person, so I definitely like to be nice to people that I think are worth keeping around. I mean, if you were, you know, horrible, or if you were mean to Opal, then I would just, we're done, Vuthra. I mean, I have deja vu sometimes where I've been called things out before, but yeah, years since then. Yeah, that's one of those things. It's like, I ask questions about people mostly just because I want to keep, like... Yeah, Opal was hanging out earlier. She's probably in lurking mode at the moment. Doing the actual, you know, like, life stuff of a Sunday that I'm avoiding. I wanted to ask you, Explorer, how do you like Frostwire? How do you like... what? I know the name of the game you were playing yesterday. I looked it up because I haven't played it before. Ah, there you are! The lurkingness of Opal. Hello. I said if Vuthra was ever mean to you. Frostpunk, thank you. I see. this mean you're going to play it again, Opal? It's a very fun game. It's just, it takes a little bit to learn the way that it works. Well, and I could tell by the amount of inventory that you have, Luther, you've played this more than once. Either that or somebody gifted you lots of stuff. So, Explorer, do you like Frostpunk? Hi. Oh goodness, I'm gonna die in this room. Hold on. I have to do that, because if I don't, he's gonna kill it. Whoa! Oof! That hurt. Was not planning on that. I look at chat for like 1 second and then oof! Just ugh! Smoosh. Oh, nice! Because if the music is good, then it's always helpful. It's kind of like a Civilization sort of situation, but in a frozen dystopian future. At least I think that's what I got from the thing I was looking at. Chat delay is a killer, isn't it? Which I think is... Ah. I don't think it decided to by itself. Did the sun just decide to? Hmm. It's funny because you want to carry on a conversation, and now I understand why the larger streamers only see like a tenth of the messages that come through. Because trying to carry on a conversation with a lag is a challenge. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. I need to look at something because I'm silly. Hold on 1 second. Turn the music back on too because I can do that. Yeah, everything happens so much faster and there's lag. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword in that way where you're like, okay, on the one hand, I'm trying to carry on this conversation and I'm trying to make sure that I'm not like ignoring anybody. But on the other hand, I feel like I'm behind the conversation because of the lag. You know, it's like I've moved on in my head, but the person, I'm still waiting for him to respond. It's an interesting challenge, though. It's a good dynamic to have. I mean, it's not like I'm sitting here going, oh my god, like this is just horrible. Why would I agree to do this? And in reality, it's just I find it interesting that how these people learn to multitask this way, because I would love to learn the skills that go into doing that, you know? And I assume it's all just repetition. Like, I assume it's a thing where the more you do it, the easier it becomes to learn, like, how to see what's going on where. Alright, I need to not hit him and get this before... Oh, no! Oof. I knew I was gonna pay for that one. I knew it! I knew I was gonna pay for that! So, I have a question. What? It's required to make the death noise. Explorer was playing Frostpunk last night. I stopped in to say hi. But, so, I haven't decided if I want to play something else or not. Because while this is fun, and this is, I gotta go check on something real quick. So, I ask of you, should we continue to play Undermine? Or find something else that I torture myself with? Or, should I find a scary game instead? Which may distract those trying to play other scary games, because this one is at least consistent and all you have to deal with is my death noise. I do like Opal branching out and playing scary games. I think that that's fun. Yes, I do. Teddy wants me to play GTFO tonight, actually. We have a rule that we're only supposed to play spooky games at night. Just maximum spookness. But, yes. I'm going to play GTFO. I didn't know if anybody would be interested in actually watching it. I just was going to do it. Hold on. Let's put this back on. There we go. Da da da. So. Oh, I could do that. Mm-hmm. I am... Okay, so I have a GTFO question then. So, I tried to play the tutorial the other day, and of course I died. I have the original Amnesia. I don't have the bunker yet because we didn't buy it yet. And I have played it. But so which is more important in GTFO in your opinion? Is it the stealth option or is it accuracy? Because I'm curious. Because I don't have very good accuracy, which is obviously painfully clear by, you know, the nature of how I play things. But and I have a lot of games. And I mean like a lot of games. Again, I'm a collector. I like to collect things. So I have games I've never played. Like a lot of them. Because I can stealth okay. And I can creep around okay. My accuracy is crap though. I mean, I've seen it. So I've technically played before, but I haven't played in a while. And I know that there's like that whole like horde mode thing that happens towards the end of it, which, you know, you set up for, and then the horde comes and then you just sort of get flooded out. But yeah, I have collections of games because I like them. Like, even if it's just I've never played, but the art style looked appealing to me. And then I have games that I played on the Xbox that I have over here too, because they're slightly different. Or in the case of something like Bendy and the Ink Machine, it actually functions. Ah, okay. So shotguns, then also starting pistols with max ammo. Okay. So melee is kind of like the last option. So mostly you're trying to just avoid rather than engage, right? I think we may play Undermine just because I can talk at the same time and I don't care if I die. I get to the point where I get like so serious about like, why'd I freeze up again? I hate it when this happens. Reset. Come on, you can do it. Oh, you're gonna die. Okay, fine. Boop. Ah, gone into the void. No. Don't worry, I'll come back in a second. Mm. La 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 la. Ah, there we go. I'm back. Whee. Mm. Mm. Oh, so in the realms of funny things that no one really knows. So I initially had a different concept. I wasn't a hamster at first. I was something else. I was a doll. And the only reason why I bring this up is because I have. I just stopped by to visit. That's all. I just stopped by to say hi. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, I just stopped by to say hi. It's fine. But I had another model before. A couple of them, actually. Because I've been tweaking a bunch of stuff for a long time. But yeah. As soon as I started, like, liking VTubers is when I started, like, how can I make a model and not go broke? It probably should be slightly smaller. There we go. Okay. Now that I'm not in the void anymore. See? You knew that the portal was above the table. Why did you put it there? I mean, I know it's dark in the void, but still. Ow. Thank you. Oof. Really? You're gonna look that way for no reason? Okay. That's fine. We'll do this. See, and now when I look over there, nothing's over there. So annoying. Why? There we go. Well, hamsters are surprisingly resilient. I can survive a fall. My bones are surprisingly resilient. And then just to disappear again, which is just equally confusing if you think about it. Where I just show up, I bust coffee tables, and then I leave. It's a party animal of party animals. Ha ha ha. Surprisingly, hamsters, and most rodents actually, because they can get into such tiny spaces, most of their bones are collapsible. The more delicate part of their system is actually their respiratory system. They are surprisingly delicate constitution little creatures. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I need more recipes to make the ones around me fat, apparently. Woo! Whee! It's so expensive. Ugh, the shipping is 3 times the cost of the item. It's not worth it. I did actually order something the other day that honestly upset me for the amount of money it costs to ship it. It really, I had to, like, I almost reconsidered like 3 times doing the purchase in the first place. And I'm just like, oh my god, no, 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 no. was like, I spent $100 on the order and like $65 to ship it. I was so pained by this. It was so annoying to me. It's like, no, why? Why have you done this? Why is this a thing? There we go. We'll go down a little bit. No, it just ended. It was just a disaster. Of course I ordered it because I needed to order it because I'm a, you know, I'm an obsessed crazy person. This is a thing. This has always been a thing. It's fine. Yay! I love this power up. This is my favorite. This one. The battle axe. And the reason why the battle axe is one of my favorites is because it's much, much more effective on the swing. But yes, my plushie addiction knows no bounds. Especially, apparently, according to shipping. Because y'all are evil. It cannot be that expensive. It can't. It just can't be that expensive to ship 3 plushies. It's not possible. I don't understand. Plushies, literally, when you ship them, are squished into little, like, sealed bags so that they can fit in an envelope. I do not understand why it costs $60 to ship a friggin' plushie that is not that big. But fine, whatever. Ah! But fine, fine, fine. You wanna cost money on the shipping? I don't care. Oh, collectible card games are a hoax. They're not a hoax. They're actually a thing. I watch a couple people, but that was one. This is gonna sound weird. So I never got too much into Magic, but that was mostly because I didn't have anyone in my life at the time that was interested in it at all. And now with the advent of options of like playing online or having friends online, it's considerably better and something that's definitely more feasible. But it wasn't a thing. Huh? Ah, sorry. Ninja puppy move. The dog. I just happened to see a dog move out of my peripheral vision, which was not normal because she was asleep like half a second ago. But yes, I can see the appeal, honestly. I mean, I'm not personally super happy with what they did with the Lord of the Rings one just because I'm a bit of a purist, but I appreciate the art style dramatically, and all of the options of the combination packs that they offer and things like that have been really interesting. I heard about them doing like a fan option Fallout sort of collab at one point, which was definitely something that would have had my attention, because Fallout, like BioShock, just builds worlds that fascinate me. I called card Black Lotus. It's worth 20 grand. It's mental to me against it. Oh, that's the one that he bought for a ridiculous amount of money. The funnier part to me is that in the realms of the knowledge of things that I know, there's a corner of my brain reserved for things that I don't actually want to know. And one of them is any sort of trivia about like Insane Clown Posse. My sister was obsessed. She was a juggalo. It was the weirdest thing ever. The reason why I bring that up is because Black Lotus is a thing for them too. Oh yeah, they're doing a Doctor Who collab soon, which definitely has like your name written all over it, Explorer, because you are definitely gonna want those. And I'm gonna want to see pictures. So you're gonna have to put them on Twitter. So yes, shipping of things, I don't understand the logistics, and honestly, I've worked in a place before that handled shipping. Part of what I did was to kind of like help the shipping department, and I still don't get it. It's like, I just don't understand. But yeah, I feel... Ooh, I can make things! I forgot about that. Alright, I have 14 gems. Dalek cards, and also they're gonna do a D&D collab. Ooh, and Transformers one too. They are just definitely like looking for the nerddom. They're just looking for the folks that are gonna spend the money. I mean, I do have like a complete like understanding to a certain extent of why they do this, because the fans of things like this are the ones that have like more disposable income, I guess, than what they would consider normal. Or they're just willing to spend it because honestly, it's hard to get good quality things, and a lot of them end up being like weird knockoffs anyway. So you would want, if you're gonna release a good quality item in a particular fandom, it will sell. It's just getting the licensing to do it the right way. And of course, Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering folks have that option. Like, they're friends with all those people. Like, hey, we want to do a collectible card game with your art. Yes, please. I honestly think if they did one for like internet people, that they would be happy with that too. I mean, I'm not sure how the art would look, because I'm not sure, you know, like what a PewDiePie card would look like, or what the mechanics would be. But, I mean, if you can do your own custom ones, you could definitely hit that cultural thing that a lot of people are screaming for. D&D and Transformers cards have already been out for a while. Oh! Collectible card games have not been a thing that I've followed. I used to go, I think honestly, like a lot of what took that out was the COVID situation, because we stopped going to our gaming store as often. Exactly. Well, no, you need a Markiplier card and you need a Wilfred Warfstache card. You would need them both, and Darkiplier, all three. And obviously, Warfstache is chaotic, just in general. Darkiplier gets to be chaotic evil. I am impressed with anyone that has been going on for that long and still makes watchable content. Because that's what happens a lot of the times with a lot of these creators, is that they definitely get burned out, or they don't like keep going. They just sort of do the same thing over and over again. And to still make it entertaining is pretty interesting. I mean, for example, someone like, I make the comment that guys do YouTube a lot better, or a lot better at retaining than women do. And it's because women try to spread themselves too far out. Guys tend to find a system that works and then use that system. You know, they find a method that works for them and then they just keep going. Oh, I've done that too, honestly. 5 hospital trips in a year, that's nothing. I could do that, standing on my head. But yeah, I definitely like hope that they sort out what's going on, because it's a challenge to do that. Also, hospital trips, the most exhausting experience ever. I mean, even just going as like a normal person, just to be kind of there, you know? It's like, even if you go in support of a family member or something like that, just being in a hospital environment is just exhausting. Yes, a year. I had 7 hospitalizations in 1 year at one point. Just about. I have a really weird immune system. So I don't know how familiar y'all are with VTubers in general, but say for example, Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse has like no real immune system. Mine is an overachiever. So it attacks my joints and muscles and crap like that. So I have to take medicine to suppress it, which then means that I have no immune system because I suppressed it. Oh my goodness, yes. Ambulances. Okay, so when you go to the hospital, you are charged by every single person you interact with here in the States. So if you interact with the EMT, they bill you. If they put you in the ambulance company bills you. When you speak to the emergency room doctors, they are on a different group than the hospital doctors, so they will bill you. And then the hospital will bill you for facility charges and nursing staff. Heaven forbid you have anesthetic, because that's also a different charge. Yeah, I ended up staying in once for a week. I got a kidney infection, and I went to the doctor, and when I went into the waiting room for the doctor, I had a low-grade fever, like a 99 fever. When they took me back into the office to actually be seen, my fever was 104. They tried to give me antibiotics, and I was dehydrated, so they couldn't do that. So then they had to put me in the ambulance from the doctor's office and take me to the hospital for a week. Basically what it means is that my immune system's pretty weak after I have my treatment, so I end up, if I'm gonna get sick, I'll get sicker than most people, and if I get an infection, it just grabs on and won't let go. Thankfully, it is not something that prevents me from having a normal existence, but without my treatment, I'm pretty much, my doctor likes to write down that I'm disabled. I disagree, but you know, she's the one that does the paperwork. Oh my goodness. Teddy at one point when he was a little kid, well, not so little, fell off the top of bunk beds onto a 2x4 on his back. So I am completely familiar with how horrible that is, because I've heard him tell me. And he hit the floor and he's like, I think I'm dead. The first thought in his brain was, I think I'm dead. Like, what has happened? I think I died. But yeah, that'll ring your bell. Yeah, he was about the same age, probably like early teenagerdom, right around then. But yeah, I'm not accident prone, I'm just sickly. Well, no, I'm accident prone too. I trip over my own feet pretty regularly. But yeah, it's funny because I didn't really think too much about like being sick for most of the time, but when I do remember, it's really kind of horrible. Like, for example, I got shingles. Now, shingles is a thing you normally get when you're older. Like it's kind of like a nursing home kind of issue to have normally, and it's the ramped up version of the chicken pox. Now, I don't remember chickenpox being blindingly painful, but this was awful. And I had to, I initially was like, oh no, it'll be fine. Like, I'll work from home for a week. It'll be fine. No, it was bad. Exactly. But at this point, very little phases me because I'm like, oh, okay. We did that. We almost died before. We'll be fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. But yes, it's been interesting to be me. Thankfully, it was actually funny. The doctors are always weird because every time I talk to the doctors, they're like, so how are you? I'm like, oh, I'm fine. You'll be okay. And they're like, for someone who's dealing with all the stuff you deal with, you know, you're surprisingly upbeat. I'm like, well, yeah, it's a choice, really. I mean, I could sit here and obsess and dwell on all the things I can't fix. Or I could just go, you know what? It's just kind of part of being me. And we're just going to have fun anyway. So that's how I look at it. Apparently this opinion is rare. But that's okay. I will be the rare diamond. I make myself laugh with this stupid stuff. Okay. The pilfers, I feel so bad. They're so cute, and I have to whack them because they steal all my money. Almost suffocated once. Oh no. I have had sleep paralysis, so I know how that feels too. Oh geez. I thankfully do not sleep on my stomach. I end up on my side, but yes, sleep paralysis is terrifying. Like, legitimately. And as much as, you know, it becomes an internet joke about the sleep paralysis demon, which it is a joke at this point. I am familiar enough to know that, like, that is really kind of scarring. But that being said, I also see the humor in it too, so it's not like I'm that person, which is the other thing. I get so annoyed at people that are just like, no, this is a real thing, you're upsetting people with this, and the person with it's like, no, I'm not upset, I think it's funny. You know? Just cracks me up. I'm like, okay. I'm like, no, I'm not upset. I think it's kind of funny. It's fine. Don't worry about it. No! No! Don't hit me! Okay, thank you. But, yeah. I am a complicated creature. That being said, though, it's one of those things where everybody's complicated in their own right, and everybody's got stuff that they're dealing with, and you can't know what somebody else is doing. Like, you can't know what somebody else is going through as far as, like, life stuff is concerned, because if you knew about everybody's life, you'd be psychic, and then you'd be really in pain, because then you'd hear a bunch of people's voices in your head. Oh, no! Mushroom! Hello. I will save you from being attacked by rats. You know what other game I really liked? I really liked Cult of the Lamb. But I played that on the Xbox because I don't have... I wasn't streaming at the time either, so I didn't have anybody that would be, like, to do the crowd control stuff with, because that would be fun. But I'd have to orchestrate it. Opal, you should play Cult of the Lamb if you're still listening. Exactly. No one is exactly the same, and no one handles stress the same way. Like, what works for you might not work for somebody else. But what does work for pretty much everybody is just sort of listening to them to kind of get them through what they're doing, if they're willing to talk about it. I mean, I have a policy, for example, when, like, someone in like a friend of mine's family passes away, and I tell them this specifically. I specifically say, shortly after the whole incident thing, yeah, that one's a really fun one, and it's super cute. It'd be fun. But I tell them that I'm not gonna ask how you are, because that's the most common question that everybody gets asked when they're going through something is, how are you? How you doing? I'm gonna go, I specifically pull them aside and just sort of go, hey, I'm gonna talk to you like everything's normal, and hopefully I'm the person that, you know, you can count on to still be normal when you don't feel so normal. But if you have something you need to talk to me about, I'm here. But yeah, I'm just not gonna be the person to ask that. Like, my coworker's father passed away recently, and she was very close to him, obviously, so she was really upset, but she's also not like an overshare kind of person, and everybody kept coming up with that soft voice like, hi, are you okay? And while I appreciate the sentiment, in and of itself, it still feels like if you're not that kind of person normally, that's uncomfortable. You know? So I go the route of just, I'm going to treat you as normal as I can. We're going to be as normal as possible. Even though it's not really that normal. But as long as I'm consistent, then it's something stabilizing, you know? And sometimes that's just the thing that people need, is they need someone to treat them like it's normal. Or, because with everything going completely upside down, sometimes clinging on to something that feels like your normal life is the best choice. When my mom was sick, I did the same thing. That one was hard, though. That was different. But when I went through that with my mom, it was kind of thing. Ah, have a good day, Opal. Gotta go do the real life stuff, the IRL stuff. That's okay. I should be doing that. I just haven't yet. A 2-stock cousin for saving me, my children from these disgusting 4-stock traitors. 4-stock, 4 legs. Got it. Take my eldest spawn and help her raid the caves. Take this mushroom. Hang on 1 second. I gotta go get some water. Oh no, I think you. Hold on. Let me check something. Hold on. Be right back. And I have returned. And I'm frozen. Why am I frozen? No, don't do that. Thank you. Why? Beware of coffee tables. I'm in the void again. Ah, that's okay. I understand. It's perfectly fine. It's one of those things with the I have to learn how to play it so I don't look like a complete dork. Hello. Have you decided to be dumb again? No, you're fine. It was warm. What? It was too hot outside. It's my accuracy. I'm unfamiliar. Hold on. I'm gonna do this one instead because this will make more sense. Because obviously that's not gonna track correctly, so we'll do this one instead. Oh no, the immersion break. Ah! Don't see that. Boop. Boop. There we go. Now I move. Camera switch. Boop. Okay. I have an accuracy issue. That's it. That's the only thing I can see. Haha. Okay. And we back. I've just changed position all over the room today. So, I thankfully get to work from home on Monday. My coworker is actually back from her cruise. Envious. I don't get to go on a cruise. I just get to work. That's the other hazard of being like a sickly person. I don't take vacation. Because like I don't I don't go places if there's like gonna be a risk of me getting sick, but in addition, like all of my time off, if I have any, is normally wasted being sick. Like, I got shingles. I was out for a week. Well, okay, so with COVID, when the COVID thing happened, I actually, I had a bulk of vacation time for like the first time in my adult life. Because I could work from home, I wasn't getting sick. I didn't have the exposure to like any of the people that I normally do that tend to knock me out. And so I was like, I had HR call me and they're like, you have excess vacation time you have to take before the end of the year? Like, I have to do what now? They're like, yeah, you have to take a vacation. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm just gonna stay home. And then, because my work has no boundaries, I ended up working through half of my vacation anyway. Because I am apparently the only one that can fix things. I don't quite know why. I don't know why this is true, but it is. There we go. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'm gonna put a giant post-it note on the screen that tells me what my freaking name is. I have this unnatural habit of saying my name, like my real name. Yeah, I started to say my my actual name because I'm dumb. It happens. And I'm gonna put a sticker on my monitor that tells me what my actual freaking name is. Because obviously I cannot be trusted. Ow. Whee! So. Yes. But anyway. No, I don't typically get to take vacation because I end up having to fix things anyway. Because I am the person that fixes things. I like this moniker, it's okay. Like, it could be worse. I could be the person that breaks things. You know, like coffee tables. See, this is the thing though. Okay, so immersion break moment. My username, or my name of who I am in this instance especially, has changed twice. And if I were to call myself my username, which would be fine, because that's the other one I'm incredibly familiar with, I'm a reference to something else. Because the other name is Pinky, which is what most people will call me as far as gaming is concerned. And this model isn't particularly pink, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to other people. Unless you go by Pinky in the Brain, which was what the reference was intended in the first place, or Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony. Because I'm a bouncy person. But yeah, so I do call myself by my username quite readily, and oddly enough, Teddy, my fiance Teddy, that is his username. My family actually knew him as Teddy. They don't know him by his actual name. My mom called him Teddy. Just like I do, which is funny. Because he's been Teddy for a long time. And that's how I met him in the first place was, you know, we played games together first. And so yeah, his name's just been Teddy for as long as I've known him. So that's what we call him and that's what everybody calls him. Mine vacillates because I'm fickle. I joke that it's because I'm female, but really it's because I have no attention span. So I change things. But yeah, so I have to get used to that. And unfortunately, once I slip up, I then tend to do it again. which irritates me because I really wish I could just make it so that I don't think of it that way. And I'm working on it because everybody calling me Svetsie helps a lot. But yeah, I goof sometimes. I'm a hamster after all. Hey! The pilfers are too cute. I whack them and then I feel bad. But no, my mom called Teddy Teddy the whole time. My dad's a jerk, so he didn't call him anything. It's a different problem. But yeah, Ooh, toxin. No, I'm not taking that. Bombs are key is never a good thing. Like my bombs to be bombs and my keys to be keys, thank you. How long have we been going? I don't remember. Don't even remember. Not that one. Wait, what? Okay, so... La la la. Okay. I have 600 monies. I really should upgrade this throwing because this has just been biting me in the butt for the last 2 runs. Okay. And just because it can. There we go. So, I need to think about what else I should play. In future, not just now. I mean, obviously, I have a desire to be a multi kind of game person just because that's how my brain works. So, only problem is I don't typically get very scared. Like, not this green. Hold on. Whoop. Ooh, Remnant 2 is a good choice. I hadn't thought of that one yet. I should probably try that. I would like to, I think, avoid some of the more longer form ones, because, like, for example, I love Bioshock. I do. I even wanted to do, like, a little sister cosplay. Like, I love Bioshock. However, Teddy's gonna play Armored Core. He's super excited. He's, like, losing his mind about Armored Core. He is so hyped for this. It's crazy. So, I am concerned that because, and I jump in the pit again because I'm not paying attention. I'm worried that, like, long-formy kind of things, like, for, that while they do appeal to me, which they do, like, I love Bioshock a lot, I'm not sure how well I do with, like, okay, this is, you know, series 4 of me trying to not die. Versus just kind of goofing around and playing things that allow me to be interactive in the same way. So I'm trying to think about it, as to do which one I want to do. But yes, we are hyped for Armored Core in this house. I'm excited to see it because I haven't seen any of the others. I've watched like other people play it, but I haven't been there like firsthand kind of thing. Games like that, what ends up happening? Ha! See, okay. Now, there's a two-part problem. On the one hand, Minecraft can be incredibly relaxing. On the other hand, I am not looking to entertain ADHD children. No one wants to watch me dig into the earth in consecutive 6x6 lines for days on end, which is what happens when I play Minecraft. I basically dig a hole to bedrock and then start mining things out, and I just strip mine the entire planet. And it's my zoning out process. I get in this tunnel vision in a tunnel, and I can't get out. I'm a great resource hound. Like if you have a Minecraft server and you need stuff, I'm your girl. But like watching me play it is probably be the most boring thing I think anyone's ever seen, because I just focus and I don't speak and I just zone out. And this is one of those content things where I'm like, how do you make that entertaining? Like, I watch people do it, don't get me wrong, but I know myself well enough to know it's really... It's like ASMR, but not, you know? It's definitely got that ASMR-y vibe to it, where you're like, no, we're just gonna zone out and just be in the mine and just hang out. It'll be fine, you know? Some people find it really relaxing, and playing it can be exceptionally relaxing. I'm just not sure that, like, being... that's a stream I want to do, you know? Because I think it would be different if I had, like, if I make a server and I have other people join. Like, that would be different than just me mining by myself. Because that can be fun, but it's kind of weird. Or maybe, like, maybe I should try Terraria, because I've never played Terraria. I did play Don't Starve Together for a little while, and I would like to go back to that. I'm just really bad at it, which means that, like, I only survive until winter and then I die. Has he moved on to the front yard? Teddy's mowing the lawn right now, which is really funny to me because, you know, he's a crippling asthmatic, which means that, like, the man can't breathe. But he still insists on mowing the lawn. I don't know why. I don't get it. Ah! Yeah. No. I said no. Why did you squish me? I said not to do that. I really like visual novels too. I don't know. Fight that. Now the floor is on fire. And now I'm thinking about things I should have mentioned on stream. Because Hellsing Abridged is funny. Oh no, this was not a boredom thing. The yard threatened to eat the dogs at this point. This is we've had summer temperatures and a significant amount of rain in the last few weeks. So the yard has gone to the place of it's trying to eat us. And that's not a thing that you want to have happen. Woo! So it ends up, at least in our case especially, that We both are not yard work people. It just happens to be a thing that we kind of have to do because we have the yard. And he's been avoiding the mowing process. To be fair, the grass was all wet, so you can't do it when the grass is wet. You have to wait until it's dry enough to be able to be functional. But, yeah. This is not an enjoyable thing. He's gonna come in here dying and hot and grumpy and be a bear for a little bit. But thankfully we have air conditioning, so everything will be fine. It could be worse. With the in-window air conditioner died at one point, like last summer. And it was absolutely the worst experience I think I've had in a very long time. Because it was just so awful to be stuck in this house with no way of cooling it off. It was just so bad. Ugh. I am not a person that handles heat well. Like at all. Teddy makes a joke he has the comfortable temperature range of milk. Power wash simulator. Also doing things because bored when doing things in actual life is nowhere near as fun. But yeah. What time is it? Ah. It's 2:15. Alright. Explorer, since I know you're the one that's here. I'm gonna have to end stream, I think, because I need to go to the grocery store and actually get food so that I don't keep spending money on things I shouldn't be spending money on because I don't have money for that. But I had a wonderful time, and thank you for coming to hang out with me. I appreciate it. And thank you, Vuthra and Opal, and everybody that stopped in to say hi. And I hope that everybody has a lovely Sunday. Or Monday if you're in Australia, which Opal is. So, if you're on later, Explorer, I'll look for you and I'll come say hi. But yeah, grocery shopping time. So, thank you for hanging out, and we'll see y'all later.